So there's this trending video from Ndalani Mixed Secondary School. I think it's a school in Machakos. And there was a kid who was praying. And I think I saw it by the time I was commenting. It was only 20,000 views, but I think by yesterday it was over 1 million, if I'm not wrong. And my comment is the one which has perhaps attracted most responses, most engagement, mainly because I said that that's not what those children should be doing. They should be perhaps doing some sporting activity. They should be learning, something co-curricular, learning computers, because Kenyans are so, like, you're so triggered, you're on the edge, especially on issues that are sensitive or emotive, the issues that you think define human existence. But for those of us who've taken time to read, to understand the world better, we know that even there are places where Christianity doesn't exist, and the people live there, and they probably even live longer than those of us who pray, who pray all the time. And now we have these antitheses where you're either black or white, you're either UDA or Azimio, or you're either Kenya Kwisha or Azimio. You're either these or these. That once you criticize one side of the ideological divide, you are projected as being inversely, proportional to endorsing the other. Like, there's no middle ground in Kenya. There's no middle ground in this country anymore. We are defined by black and white, day and night. If you're not endorsing, if you're endorsing this one, you're castigating the other. There's no middle ground. Even in our political spheres, when I criticize Ruto, then I am endorsing Raila. If I do it, it's vice versa. You see, that's a problem. And I saw in that particular comment that when just because I said the children should not be engaging in these high voltage religious indoctrination at such a young age, then it means then I'm endorsing the devil, just because nobody wants to listen to the point that I'm making. And I've gone ahead, even before making that comment and even afterwards, to look at that school. It looks like that school has non-existent sporting activities. It has non-existent co-curricular activities. So if children are not learning these at home and they're not learning at school, where are they engaging? Where are they playing? The base minimum for human existence is playing. When you put a young child, put them on the floor like that, the first thing they want to do is play. You see a litter of puppies or something. Puppies, freshly born puppies, newborns puppies. When you see them, everything they just want to do is play. They want to run around, and that's the base minimum of existence of life, both human and animal, is playing. So if you're not giving these children an opportunity to play, if you're not giving them an opportunity to engage in co-curricular activities, to explore what other talents that they have, and you've immediately bombarded them with extreme religious indoctrination. It's don't we care about children? Don't we? Are we just pursuing results? Because when you Google, they say Ndalani Secondary School is one of the best in I don't know which county, and because they perform well, because one time they were what? We are using national rankings, but and then we are overburdening students with we are drilling them into educational performance. We are drilling them to pass exams, but nobody cares about their mental health. And the only component seems like the occasional, they will have church on Sunday where these preachers from outside then come to bombard them with more delusions about religion and life and everything. I think religion should be an activity undertaken when somebody is mature, 18 years and above, very voluntary. And legally, if we are supposed to talk about legal, the legal position of the country, is that by the constitution, Kenya is a secular state. March 4th, 2022, a circular from the Ministry of Education said that schools should not impose their religious background or affiliation or biases on students. So if you are a Catholic school, especially the Catholic schools are very notorious due to propagating the culture of toxicity in schools. Yeah. if you are a Catholic school, does not mean you're going to impose, you're going to have the masses on students who don't wish to subscribe, or who already are worshipping in another faith, or even they've taken an atheist or a neutral position as regards to their spirituality. And that was March 4th, 2022. Over and above that, last month, May 16th, if I'm not wrong, Justice Patrick Kiage, he was sitting in the Court of Appeal in Kisumu. They ruled based on a case by St. Anne's, it is a school in Ahero, where it was a Catholic school where they were imposing their religious affiliations to students some who are SDAs, Law Society of Kenya, and a few parents. I know there's a lawyer called Dudley Ochieng, very good lawyer. They went to court, they won that case, which was filed in 2017. So it's been 6 years in the making for this ruling. So students, number one, if any school, the legal position, if any school is forcing students to engage in religious activities because of the affiliations of the school itself, it's illegal. I hope teachers are taking, and head teachers are taking note of that. That's now the legal standpoint based on the constitution that we passed in 2010. Some things should be common sense, but every time people are being forced to go to court to interpret things which should be ideally common sense, but because people want to hold on, you're clasping at straws, because you can see this era is slowly sifting away from your control, and now you want to play dumb, and the schools want to pretend like it's business as usual. No. That's the legal standpoint. Now let's talk about students as human beings, not students as vessels, punching bags by successive administrations. Those administrations are struggling to appear on the newspaper, so that the teachers can go on a dick measuring contest saying my school is better, my school performed better than yours. But at what cost? And when we were doing the Why You Lying challenge, you were talking about toxicity of teachers. At what cost for you to appear in that newspaper as a headmaster, headmistress, I don't know, the principal, shining, and then you want to grab those headlines. You're not grabbing them in pursuit of sporting excellence. You're not grabbing them in pursuit of co-curricular excellence. You're not grabbing them because your kids are innovators. You are allowing them to innovate, and you're giving them the space. You're just drilling them to pass these flawed exams in a broken curriculum, taught by messed up, functionally, mentally messed up teachers. And at what cost? We have a culture of toxic people. We have a population and an entire generation of toxic people who went through something called 844. This CBC was no better. So we have all of them. Everyone is pursuing those, or is after those cheap headlines. Drilling students, you're no longer teaching them, you're drilling them to pass exams. Those exams, you're overburdening students. And then the only free time they have, you're forcing them to engage in religious, high voltage religious indoctrination. There's nothing, and people there were telling me, oh, I don't know what. Everyone is going on a fear mongering charade. As if you have not been through this system. I've been through the same system where we were, whatever we used to do, that same routine. Where has it taken us? Everything I am doing today was not what I learned in school. In fact, for me to go an extra mile, I have to seriously depart from my idiotic friends who stuck on the educational trajectory. They are nowhere to be seen in life. You understand? But if I did everything that my teachers told me, I would not be doing what I'm doing today. The people who did it are gone. They are lost. Because those who listened, those who followed it to the latter. And if they're not lost now, they will still be lost, because we can tell how the world is evolving. And there is nothing that the educational curriculum currently, as it is structured, there is nothing to offer humanity. The Kenyan educational curriculum, there is nothing good I can see in it. And then now the free time, you're hogging it with extreme religious indoctrination. Now these kids are growing up, they don't understand, they don't know life, they've never enjoyed life, they've never enjoyed, and that's why you're seeing some of them with delayed. You're seeing people starting to do crazy things in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, because they skipped a phase, because in school they were too serious. This is a conversation, man. This is no joke. Let's stop indoctrinating students.